Hello there, and welcome to Fright Street. This story is narrated by yours truly. The streetlights on Hawthorne Avenue had been flickering all night. Emily noticed it the moment she stepped off the bus. The neighborhood was quiet, too quiet. It was just past 11:30 p.m., and most of the houses were dark. Normally, she wouldn't walk the 3 blocks home alone, but her phone had died, and ride shares weren't an option. The first flicker came as she passed the empty playground. The light above her buzzed softly, dimmed, then brightened again. Emily glanced around. The swing chains moved slightly in the cold wind, crinkling together like distant metal chimes. She kept walking. That's when she heard the footsteps. At first, they were faint, just a second rhythm behind her own. Tap, 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 tap. She slowed. The other footsteps slowed. Her stomach tightened. Emily glanced over her shoulder. A man stood about half a block behind her under a streetlight. Tall, broad shoulders, dark jacket. His face was hidden in the shadows. He stopped when she looked back. A chill ran up her spine. He was just standing there, motionless, and looking directly at her, it seemed. She turned forward again and picked up her pace. Tap, 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 tap. Those same footsteps returned, only faster now. Emily's chest tightened as adrenaline began to arise. Maybe he just lived nearby, she told herself. Maybe he was just walking home too. I must be thinking too much, she said. But then she noticed something. Every time she passed under a streetlight, the footsteps stopped. And when she stopped into darkness, they started again. Her heart began hammering. Another glance back. Closer now, much closer. He was less than a stone's throw away. The man's head was slightly tilted down, but she could see his eyes locked on her. He wasn't pretending anymore. Emily turned the corner to her street and broke into a quick walk. Her house was still 2 blocks away behind her. The footsteps broke into a run. Emily spun around. The man was sprinting straight at her. "Hey!" she shouted instinctively. He didn't stop. His face finally caught the glow of the streetlight. Wide eyes, pale skin. A strange grin stretched across his face, like he'd been waiting for this moment. Emily ran. Her shoes slapped against the pavement as she bolted down the sidewalk. She could hear him gaining behind her. Heavy footsteps, pounding footsteps. "Stop!" he shouted. She screamed. A porch light suddenly flipped on across the street. A man stepped outside of his house. "What's going on?" he called. Emily ran toward the light like it was the only safe place left in the world. Behind her, the footsteps stopped. She turned around just in time to see the man disappear behind a parked van. Gone, like he had never been there. The neighbor walked toward her. "Are you okay, miss?" Emily could barely breathe. She nodded shakily and tried to explain. Police came 15 minutes later. They searched the street, but nothing. No one, no van, and no man. 2 nights later, Emily was strolling through the local news when a headline froze the blood in her veins. Woman missing 3 blocks from Hawthorne Avenue. The article included security camera footage from a nearby gas station. The timestamp read 11:37 p.m. The video showed the sidewalk near the playground, a young woman walking alone, and behind her, a tall man in a dark jacket, following just outside the light. Emily stared at the screen, her stomach dropping and cramping and tightening, because the woman in the footage was not her, which meant only one thing. That man had been following someone else first, and somehow he had switched targets. If you like this story, please consider subscribing and liking. Thank you so much for listening to this story. And remember, lock your doors at night.